Subscribe now.
Do I look ugly right now? Because I sure feel ugly. Austin Hawkins Life, Austin W. Hawkins, sorry, subscribe, this and that. I'm just feeling a little torn up right now. I'm sorry I haven't posted in a while, this and that. It's, okay, some of my background, I worked as a security guard for like just 2 weeks or so, whatever, help balance at parties, clubs, this and that. And if I see someone like committing a crime or something is going down, I feel I am more qualified than the average person to just help out. Like if I see a car accident, I've had my first aid, I'm going to go see if I can help, something like that. And so when I see situations happen or people committing crimes or there's first aid needed, I try to help. And I've had to do it about 3 times in the last 6 months, and each time it's not worth it anymore for me. I put myself in positions where I can get hurt. On the RCMP file, I feel like it's making me look worse now for some reason. It's just not doing the morally right thing right now is not feeling worth it for me. I live up here in Rutland now. I've been here for about 6 months. Beautiful area, absolutely love it. But things happen no matter where you go. We got a new Dollarama that opened. I've been doing a long day of chores. I'm like, you know what? Let's just go in there. Let's check out the store. I'm allowed a diet soda, and you know I love me some diet soda. So I walk in and go through the first store, and there's this blonde girl. I don't know, she seemed nice. She said hi to me. I said hi back. Like, how are you? I'm like, I'm doing good. How about yourself? She's like, good. Go through the next store. There's 2 employees standing there, and they're talking about pointing to her and being like, she just stole something. I'm like, okay, stealing, it's wrong. Don't steal. If you can't afford something, you can't afford it. Bite the bullet, get to work, and save up the money. I don't stand for stealing. I hate it. And so, yeah, these employees are pointing her. I'm like, that girl, she stole, and she was carrying like 4 large bags. Like, I mean, even at a dollar store, she's got like 50 to 100 bucks in there. Probably in her first time stealing. And yeah, like, we saw her take a bunch of stuff. So I end up, now, again, I've only had minor security training, this and that. It's a lot of common sense. Don't let the emotions get best of you. So I get in front of her, you're about to say 7 feet in front, kind of to the side, you know, so if they try anything, they can't actually hit you. And I'm like, listen, they said you just stole something, I check your bags. And this lady went off, as you do if you're stealing something. Oh my god. And so obviously, I know she's guilty, they're pointing at her, and we're like, no, she's stealing stuff. While she's yelling, no, I'm not stealing anything. And she starts going up. She looks like the kind of lower income type who, like, maybe doesn't have a place to live. Homeless. Stereotypical homeless looking person. I'm so sorry for being politically incorrect in that statement. It's just, I'm still trying to cool down. We'll get to that point. And so they even have the RCMP on the phone, so I grab the store phone. I'm just going to follow her. I'm staying 10 to 30 feet back. If they have, say, a knife or bear spray, something like that, as long as, if I see a gun, I'm gone. I'm not going to beat a gun. You're not going to beat a gun. So I'm, like, keeping a distance and everything, and she keeps threatening me. She's like, she threatened to shoot me. She's like, do you want a bullet in the head, knife this, knife that. And we're in, like, a Rutland area. There's a highway. She keeps running across this and that. But, listen, if she had a weapon, she was going to use it in, like, the first 5 seconds. She didn't. She, like, pulled out a water bottle pretending like it was a gun. So I know she didn't have anything. I'm safe. Little girl, big guy. She kept yelling at people. She's trying to get out of being arrested. All at the same time, I have the RCMP on the line. I'm trying to get them there as soon as possible. There's a dispatch office 2 blocks away. 2 freaking blocks. Could have walked there in that time. But it's a Monday. They're probably busy. RCMP officers. RCMP, police, they go through more stress in their daily life than any of us could ever imagine, unless you do that job. And so I'm just keeping my distance, I'm just following her, thinking, oh, this is only going to be 5 minutes of my day. She goes to 2 of the local fast food restaurants, I won't name them. She goes into the bathroom, she starts, I'm assuming, dropping off stuff, screaming at me. I'm like, one person thought she had a knife, I don't think she did. They called the police as well. All the while, she's still, again, like, walking from store to store, going through it, trying to, like, get me to avoid her, but she's an active smoker. As for me, I'm in decent shape. And so after disturbing a neighborhood, she walked by a baby stroller at one point. Like, if she does anything, I will. I never put a hand on her. She attacked me 3 or 4 times. Never put a hand on her. But if she went near that baby stroller, I was going to do something about it. That's a fine line. But she didn't. She walked past the baby, so I'm like, cool, yay. Keep myself safe. All at the same time, I'm like, where's dispatch? And eventually they do show up and everything. She dropped off everything. The last thing she had on her was a can of Pepsi. She took a drink and whipped it at me, whatever. And then the cops, the people watching even said they didn't do the best job. Now listen, I don't get the stress they're going through, but when they approached me too, two of them were nice. One of them, he made me feel like a villain, and it bugs me because I'm trying to do the right thing. I know I could look like a potential suspect as well with what I did. And by the way, I'm injured right now. I don't want to be running around in the hot 27-degree sun in a black t-shirt. I'm wearing black jeans right now. I haven't changed. That's why I'm so sweaty and gross looking. I am in a lot of pain right now just in following this person who was stealing a bunch of stuff. I was putting in the effort to try and do the right thing, and this one police officer, I bet he's an amazing person. I'd love to sit down and talk. I'd love to sit down and talk to everyone involved in this situation, just to get to know them, break bread, make peace. And he made me feel like a villain, and of the few times I have done, like, the right thing of going out of my way and preventing a crime, the times I've gone out of my way to prevent a crime or to help people, it hasn't benefited me in any way, and there's been times where I've been felt like a villain, and that it hurts. You can. I get it. As an RCMP officer, you want to be the one doing the job. You don't want the public at risk. I am the public, but at the same time, I feel I'm more qualified than the average public because, let's be honest, she was probably going to get away because it took the cops half an hour to even get there. And I don't want to feel like a villain from that, but each time I do this, I am putting myself at risk. Every time I go out of the way to even perform first aid, if you want to perform mouth-to-mouth, you put yourself at risk of catching a disease from the person who might need CPR. If they have a disease that can be transferred through blood, yeah, you're at risk. If I prevent someone from robbing a store, I could get hurt. I've had to stop acts of assault. That puts me in obvious danger. It's hard for me. I'm not a violent person. I haven't thrown a punch in years. And so if I go out of my way to do the right thing, I don't want to feel like the bad guy. And it hurts. I went back to the stores that she interrupted. I apologized to them. I explained the whole situation just so they could all be at ease. I picked up whatever lost items I could find. I went back to the store, and this is when I was so upset. This was like a 20-minute walk just to get back there because I was stopping all the places. And the employees, they came up, they thanked me. They were so great. They offered to buy my groceries and everything I was going into the dollar store just for. They were really, that's the only reason why I feel good about myself right now. I feel like a horrible person for trying to do the right thing. But these employees, they thanked me. They explained the whole story. They were grateful for me and my actions, and that feels great. But at the same time, I feel like a villain. So when I keep tossing my head, I've been thinking about like last half an hour, 40 minutes. If I don't have headphones in, I think way too much, and I get really anxious and scared about stuff. And I'm at a point in life now where I have put myself in so many dangerous situations trying to do the right thing that I don't want to do it anymore. I'm most likely going to. But I mean, if I'm walking downtown and I see two people trying to get in a fight, my instinct is like, just break up the fight. Let's get in the middle of that and just break it up. I'm a big enough guy. I'm smart enough. I'm safe enough. Nothing too bad can happen. But then at the same time, if I do that, you know what's going to happen? Those two guys are going to hate me. Everyone watching is going to hate me for breaking the fight. I don't like violence either, by the way. And I'm tired of being treated like a villain if I do the right thing. I feel like I'm done. Gosh, the fact I'm considering at this point, like if I'm driving down the highway and I see a car accident and there's one person like standing over, I'm like, oh, they got it, let them help. I hate having that thought in my mind, but at the same time, if I do help, I'm going to be made to look like a villain or like be the bad guy if I try to help in a car accident. I'm sorry for this video. I just needed a rant. I needed someone to talk to. I'm going to post it. I just spent 40 minutes running around outside trying to prevent someone from shoplifting because stealing is a crime. Never steal. I hate that. And I went out of my way, and in the end, it really doesn't feel worth it. Thank you for the two employees who actually like thanked me and made me feel like it was. All the other times too, I've like prevented assaults, people stealing, been first aid. It's not often I get thanked for it. I can pat myself on the back, but in the long run, it's the risk versus reward. I'm not feeling it right now. If any of you have stories like this, please just comment down below. I'd love someone to talk to about it. Thank you all for putting up with me. Blah blah blah. Subscribe. Out.